Now, using the terms like implicature or completion, specifically completion, may give us a feeling of it's only about or primarily about filling some empty spaces, something that has been left unsaid, that has been left out by the author, that's not there, that the text is void of, and that there is a sentence, for example, and one word is missing, so we fill it in, or there is a full sentence and then we implicitly adivinate or get to know, either find out naturally. The example I mentioned, every morning we go to work by car, implies we have a car, we have some work, we have place A from which we go to place B, and so on. Every day our kids go to school, means we're family, we have kids that are educated and so on. Or it can be a thing to guess, for example, how much is 5 plus 7, which is formally a complete sentence, but that implies an answer that somehow requires to be added. I mean, types are different, but in all such cases we kind of speak about something that seems to be only missing. So it looks like we are always supposed to fill in some void. We are always supposed to fill something that has been left out by the author, that is missing. But how about in such cases where we, for example, correct an otherwise full sentence or a statement, we correct part of it that is somehow deviated, defamiliarized, estranged, put in a different way. We pull it back to normal or to what's usual or acceptable for us. Or on the contrary, we have something that is redundant and we reduce it, so to say, back to not normalcy, but let's say enoughness. We reduce it back to what we subjectively, objectively are used to see as being enough or normal or about enough. Well, in all such cases, our minds is in fact making correctional moves that are in comparison to the simple filling in the void, I mean completing what has been left out or unsaid, qualitative of a qualitative nature, or completely reverse. I mean, we're not filling in something, we're rather reducing. When we are faced, when we are exposed as perceivers to a word that is instead of neutral, somehow or neutral or unmarked, there is somehow marked, let's say, be it expressive, be it poetic, be it vulgar, be it said in slang, then what our mind does, it basically sidelines the emotional or the stylistic part of it, and for the sake of pure understanding, it shifts or pulls the word or the meaning back to its neutral meaning. I mean, that is where we're getting the meaning itself. Of course, the emotional or the stylistic part of it, the dimension of it, gives us another kind of information. But when the meaning as such is the basic meaning is the case, then we do this operation. So we don't actually fill in an empty space. We adapt it to the basis, or what we consider the basic dimension or neutral one. In other cases, when we're exposed to texts that, so to say, violate one of Grice's maxims, that of brevity, that are too long, that are redundant, we don't correct them, we don't fill them, we don't add anything more to them, but we reduce them. We reduce them to the let's say, basic, quantitatively, in terms of quantity neutral, unmarked size that is about enough. We reduce them to their enoughness.